there, RLT family. This is Greg. Welcome to your Wednesday real life stock review.
Hey traders from around the world, it's Jerremy Newsome with your Wednesday real life stock review. And today the markets are down. We actually hit all-time highs just yesterday. So this is a obvious and expected pullback, I think. Generally in this range, I'm just expecting some chop, more or less. As we slowly go higher, it's not going to be a perfect picture of bullishness. It's going to be a little bit of a slow, methodical melt up for the most part. That's at least my thoughts. Now, again, can we have some type of huge cataclysmic, like all the way down to here, and then we go higher? Yes, all roads lead to higher, but for now, we'll just kind of have to see. I mean, day trading has been a lot of fun, but swing trading, it depends. It depends. You have to find something a little bit different than the broader market, and tracking those things down has been a little bit of a challenge. So what I'm going to do is review some day trades we looked at today and then look at the stocks that you guys requested in the last review. Let's go check out Mara. Mara, M-A-R-A. Here's the 5-minute chart on Mara. And this is when I was going to short today. It was going to be a really, really nice short, pretty much a picture perfect breakdown. Check this out right here. Really good bullish volume, bullish candle, nice support. Look at this pre-market support right here. Really, really crisp. And then we closed below that and retested it. So my short was going to be the retest of this, 36.75, stop 37.75, $1, and then target was going to be right there for 1.2 Rs. That was going to be the setup, and bang, it would have filled right there. And it would have worked. Why didn't I get in, you might ask? That would have been my exit right there. The reason I didn't get in, it was hard to borrow in Thinkorswim. So I didn't have my interactive brokers open to short it, and yeah, I missed that trade. So anyway, as of today, we'll see what it does. And that was just going to be a quick little trade, but in general, I think the overall trend is still bullish. Also, looked at BABA this morning, and I did post this one. We were just a little too slow. I was trying to set up the breakout. This was 8:40 a.m. So I was going to try to catch the breakout. The breakout actually would have been a perfect entry, but as I was typing it in and telling everyone and setting it up, it broke out before I could do that, so I had to set up the limit buy. Either way, this was the 5-minute chart, and you can see a really, really clean, simple, and super easy setup, right? Nice gap down, some support, meaning we had bounced from here before, here. So we've been down there before, and we were making some higher lows. Nice high wave, bearish volume. If we go higher, the bears will be trapped. And inside candle, building pressure, boop, that's when you should have gotten in. So I did try to get in there. We just didn't pull back far enough, obviously, and just kind of crushed. So setting up that entry, Terry did get some on BABA, so good job, Terry. But in general, missed out on BABA. Here's the Qs. The Qs also, small little gap down into some support. And the 100 simple is getting actually closer and closer to where we are. Again, I'm kind of thinking it's just going to be a little bit of a chop fest before we eventually go higher on the Qs. Just waiting it out, sitting back, taking time, and being patient. Here is some stocks that were requested. First on the list, NNDM, Nano Dimension. Had a lot of stock traders talking about this one recently. And this has had a very beautiful pullback. We pulled back 63%. Quite delicious from 17. So if you were looking at getting in, if you liked it at 17, you probably should like it at 7. I don't have any position in this one, still don't know much about it. One of the big reasons that we did slam our head against 17 was the 200 simple on a weekly chart. You can see that was the big resistance. So keep in mind, we probably will chop around here for a bit on Nano Dimension. It's likely going to grind sideways for a while, but in this range right here, still a lot of money-making opportunities if you're trading it, especially if you do it on a smaller term time frame. I had a trader, JD, in the trading room this morning who picked up some on Nano Dimension for a day trade when it took out the high of this high wave candle. So good job, JD. Otherwise, Nano Dimension hanging out, doing its thing. And if I were going to be buying this one, I'd be keeping a really close eye on this 860 level. Peloton, aka Pelothian. If you're looking at playing Peloton, this is the second retest of the 200 simple. This is really where you're probably looking at going long with shares or longer term call options. It has had a good pullback. It is resting, right? Again, will the dip be bought? I'm not sure, but this is about a 40% pullback on a growth name. First time really ever interacting with a 200. So it makes sense actually for this to be a potential buying spot on Peloton. The weekly chart, right? You're just kind of forming a, you're right at the 50 EMA on a weekly. Now, could this end up being a head and shoulders pattern? The answer is absolutely. Of course it could. And then will we go lower? The answer is yes. But Peloton, again, pretty raving fan base. A lot of people love the product, love the company. They do have reoccurring revenue. And yeah, if you're a buyer, and especially if you own a Peloton, you should probably be dropping in here, maybe picking up a share or two around where we're at. And last but not least is Snowflake. Snowflake, out of support. I mean, this is going to be a very, very interesting channel if it starts to form. Otherwise, it's down at a support level, right? So 212.70, it looks like it's following the rest of the market. You had the selling in early March and then a little bit of the choppiness right now in mid-March. Hanging out, letting it do its thing. Buy low, sell high. So if you were looking at getting in, it's not going to be comfortable buying down here, but this is where you should be if you were looking at going long. I don't have any position on Snowflake myself. However, again, if you're looking at buying it, this is the area. If it really breaks below and starts cracking below 200, you probably want to get out at that point. Unless, of course, you're just positioning in for a longer term trade. So if you're getting in with some shares every few weeks, or you're buying 10 shares or something of this company to accumulate some good positions in it overall, I like it. The weekly chart, again, hanging out, doing its thing, chopping around, trading sideways, chilling. But for the most part, it looks pretty unique and interesting. Last but not least, AMD. A lot of good day trades on AMD recently. In fact, check out this text I got from my boy Jake. He was a coaching student with me, and love this guy. Such a great trader. Spends a lot of time focusing on AMD. This one was a brilliant analysis we did this morning. AMD's been very, very weak early in the morning recently, and we mentioned shorted at 82. So it popped up into 82 and sold off for $1.30 at open, like 8 minutes into open, and then did it again 2 separate times. So Jake, congratulations for getting over 10 R's on AMD just the last 3 or 4 days in your day trade, man. That's phenomenal stuff. I love it. Folks, AMD can be your ATM as well. Join us in the day trading room. Join us as far as real life trading. I love this group. I love this community. And last but not least, your call to action for today. Make sure to join us in our free webinars that are upcoming. We have created a nonprofit real life foundation. This is something that I know tons of other stock market companies and education companies are creating free education and creating nonprofits and really pouring into the world and charities and just helping the global good of humanity. So we're just jumping on that bandwagon. But if you want to be a part of it, feel free to join that webinar and learn, and also get in some silent auction prizes. All proceeds obviously go to the foundation. And then, of course, tomorrow, Would Entrepreneurs Teach Their Kids Live? It's a free event for both children and parents. And then, of course, Ask Me Anything, Kids Edition, March 19th, which is Friday. Be there, register for all those. They're free. Share them with your friends. And thank you for being a part of Real Life Trading. You guys rock. I'll see you later. Bye.
All right, simply put, that was your Wednesday Stock Review. Thanks for watching. You are a wonderful person.